Hello friends, in this today's video lecture we will discuss what is Hadoop and the architecture of Hadoop. So let's start with what is Hadoop. Hadoop is an open source distributed processing framework that manages data processing and storage for big data application in scalable clusters of computer servers. It's at the center of an ecosystem of big data technologies that are primarily used to support advanced analytics initiatives including predictive analysis, data mining, and machine learning. Hadoop systems can handle various forms of structured and unstructured data, given users more flexible for collecting, processing, analyzing, and managing data than relational database and data warehouse provides. Hadoop's ability to process and store different types of data makes it a particularly good fit for a big data environment. They typically involve not only large amount of data but also a mix of structured transaction data and semi-structured and unstructured information such as internet clickstream record, web server and mobile application logs, social media posts, customer emails and sensor data from the Internet of Things, that is the IoT. Apache Hadoop is an externally successful framework that manages to solve the many challenges posed by the big data. This efficient solution distributes storage and processing power across thousands of nodes within a cluster. A fully developed Hadoop platform includes a collection of tools that enhance the core Hadoop framework and enable to overcome any obstacle. Let's start. It is all about the Hadoop. Now let's start with the architecture. Big data with its immense volume and varying data structure has overwhelmed traditional networking frameworks and tools. Using high performance hardware and specialized server can help, but they are flexible and come with a considerable price tag. Hadoop manages the process and store vast amount of data by using interconnected affordable commodity hardware. Hundreds or even thousands of low cost dedicated servers working together to store and process data within a single ecosystem. The Hadoop Distributed File System, that is the HDFS, and Yarn and MapReduce are the heart of that ecosystem. HDFS is a set of protocols used to store data sets, while MapReduce efficiently process the incoming data. The Hadoop cluster consists of one or several master nodes and many more so-called slave nodes. HDFS and MapReduce form a flexible foundation that can linearly scale out by adding additional nodes. However, the complexity of big data that means that there is always room for improvement. Yarn, that is nothing but the yet another resource negotiator, was created to improve resource management and scheduling process in a Hadoop cluster. The introduction of Yarn with its genetic interface opened the door for other data processing tools to be incorporated into the Hadoop ecosystem. Let's start with the understanding the layers of Hadoop architecture. Separating the elements of distributed system into functional layers help streamline data management and development. Developer can work on framework without negatively interacting other processes on the broader ecosystem. Hadoop can be divided into the four distinctive layers. First one, distributed storage layer. Each node in a Hadoop cluster has its own disk space, memory, bandwidth, and the processing. The incoming data is split into the individual data blocks, which are then stored within the HDFS, distributed storage layer. HDFS assumes that every disk drive and slave node within the cluster is unreliable. As a precaution, HDFS store 3 copies of each data set throughout the clusters. The HDFS master node, that is the name block, keep the metadata for the individual data block and all its replicates. Number 2, cluster resource management. Hadoop needs to coordinate nodes perfectly so that countless applications and users effectively share their resources. Initially, MapReduce handled both resource management and the data processing. Yarn separated these two functions. As the de facto resource management tool for Hadoop, Yarn is now able to allocate resources to different frameworks written from Hadoop. These includes projects such as Apache Peak, Hive, Graph, Zookeeper, as well as MapReduce itself. Number 3, processing framework layer. The processing layer consists of frameworks that analyze and process data set coming into the cluster. The structures and unstructured data sets are mapped, shuffled and stored, sorted, merged and reduced into smaller manageable data blocks. These operations are spread across multiple nodes as close as possible to the server where the data is located. Number 4, application programming interface. The introduction of Yarn in Hadoop 2 has led to the creation of new processing frameworks as APIs. Big data continues to expand and the variety of tools need to follow that growth. Projects that focus on search platforms, streaming, user-friendly interface, programming language, managing, and the security as well are all and part of an compositive Hadoop ecosystem. Now we will discuss the HDFS. What is the HDFS? HDFS is the Hadoop distributed file system, is a fault tolerant by design. Data is stored in individual data block in 3 separate copies across multiple nodes and server rack. Data node process and store data block while the name node manage the many data nodes, maintain data block, metadata and control client access. As shown in the figure. Name node. Initially, data is broken into the abstract data blocks, the file metadata for these blocks, which includes the file name, file permissions, ID, location, and the number of replicas are stored in a fcmag on the name node local memory. That is the name node. As shown in the figure, secondary name node. The secondary name nodes serve as a binary backup solution in early Hadoop versions. The secondary name node every so often downloads the current fcmag instance and edit logs from the name node and merge them. The edited fcmag can be retrieved and stored in the primary name node. Then standby name node. High availability feature was introduced in Hadoop 2.0 and subsequent version to avoid any downtime in case of name node failure. This feature allows you to maintain two name nodes running on a separate dedicated master node. After that, the Zookeeper. Zookeeper is a lightweight tool that supports a high availability and redundancy. A standby name node maintain an active session with the Zookeeper daemon. Next, data node. Each data node in a cluster use a background process to store the individual block of data on a slave server. By default, HDFS stores 3 copies of every data block to separate data nodes. The data nodes uses a rack-aware placement policy. This means that the data nodes that contains the data block replicas cannot be located on the same server rack. Next, rack-aware placement policy. In the rack-aware placement policy, one of the main objectives of a distributed storage system like HDFS is to maintain a high availability and replication. Therefore, data block need to be distributed not only on a different data node but on a node located on a different server rack. This ensures that the failure of an entire rack does not terminate all data replicas. The HDFS name node maintain the default rack aware replica placement policy. Now we discuss YARN, yet another resource negotiation. Is the default cluster management resource for Hadoop 2 and Hadoop 3. In previous Hadoop versions, MapReduce used to conduct both data processing and resource allocation. Over time, the necessity to split processing and resource management led to development of YARN. YARN resource allocation role plays it between the storage layer represented by HDFS and the MapReduce processing engine as shown in the figure. Here resource manager, that is the RM daemon, controls all the processing resources in the Hadoop cluster. Its primary purpose to designate resources to individual applications located on the slave nodes. It maintains a global overview of the ongoing and planned processes, handle resource requests and schedule and assign resource accordingly. The resource manager is vital to the Hadoop framework and should run on dedicated master node. Next one is the node manager. Each slave node has a node manager processing service and a data node storage service. Together they form a backbone of Hadoop distributed system. The data node, as mentioned previously, is an element of HDFS and is controlled by the name node. The node manager in a similar fashion acts as a slave to the resource manager. The primary function to the node manager daemon is to track pre-processing resources data on its slave node and send regular report to the resource manager. After that, the container processing resource in a Hadoop cluster are always deployed in containers. A container has a memory, system file and processing space. A container deployment is a generic and can run any requested custom resource on any system. If a requested amount of cluster resource is within a limit of what's acceptable, the RM approve and schedules that container to be deployed. Next one is the application master. Every container on a slave node has its dedicated application master. Application master are deployed as a container as well. Application master or is the full life cycle of an application, all the way from requesting the needed constraint from the RM to submitting container release request to the node manager. It is all about the yarn. Now we will discuss the MapReduce. MapReduce is a programming algorithm that processes data dispersed across the Hadoop cluster. As with any process in a Hadoop, once a MapReduce job starts, the resource manager requires an application master to manage and monitor the MapReduce job lifecycle. The application master locate the required data block based on the information stored on the name node. The input is mapped, shuffled, and then reduced to aggregate result. The output of the map reduce job is stored and replicated in HDFS. Figure shows that the Hadoop server that perform the mapping and reducing tasks are often referred to as mapper and reducer. First one is the map phase. The mapping across individual logical expression of the data stored in a HDFS data blocks. This expression can span several data blocks and are called input splits. Input splits are introduced into the mapping process as a key value pair. After that, the shuffle and sort. Shuffle is the process in which the result from all map tasks are copied to the reducer nodes. The copying of map task output is the only exchange of data between nodes during the entire MapReduce job. The output of the map tasks need to be arranged to improve the efficiency of reduce phase. The shuffle and the sort phase run in a parallel, even as the map output are retrieved from the map nodes. They are grouped and sorted on a reducer nodes. After that, the reduce phase. The map output are shuffled and stored into a single reduce input file located on a reducer node. A reducer function uses the input file to aggregate the values based on the corresponding map keys. The output from the reduce process is a new key value pair. This result represents the output of the entire MapReduce job and is by default stored in HDFS. This is all about the MapReduce. So thank you student for watching this video. Thank you so much.